It's a big difference than when we met last year, because obviously things were just arriving, things were just coming in. Did you kind of have in your head back then, this is definite, this is what I'm going to do? Or any fear? I don't know what the feeling was.
Oh, there was loads of fear. I was afraid of my shite. I know, I was very scared.
Okay.
It was like...
You didn't seem it. Maybe you were too busy
I was too busy organising everything.
Right.
Yeah, but I was very full of fear and afraid
no.
that it wasn't going to work. That like I'd have like all these extra bills to pay and my own bills to pay, and
right.
It was just taking on. It just felt so big.
Well, it was an impulse.
Doing it by myself felt so big.
It was an impulsive move. I know that you just sort of met, you talked with somebody,
happened.
yeah, and it just all seemed to fall together. You heard about the place was available, and the next minute, you know, you're here. But let's just, you know, say that it has been a good year. That I think you've had a really, you know, wonderful time on the whole. You've had a lot of great people come in that you know now regularly. Was that something that happened pretty quickly, or did that take a lot of time to build?
Oh, well, I mean, I have my own little base of people that came to me for a long time anyway. And then, like, you know, I had a few clients that followed me from various old places that I worked. And, yeah, but then on Ladies' Night, when Ruth and Mary, two of my long-term clients, came down and they stood outside in the cold and they sent everybody off the street in. And, like, everybody was coming up saying, I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you were here. Because I think people don't look up.
Right.
You know, you're used to seeing what you're used to seeing in Greystones, so I think it was.
It's an eye level thing, yeah.
Yeah, they.
And there's 4 or 5 people. There must be 4 or 5 people who don't read the guide then in the town as well. I must find those people.
Yeah.
But that was a time. I know that you've had, like, as often we will in life, we'll hit a moment that's hard personally, and we have a breakup or whatever. So going through that while also taking the big step of doing your own business. In a way, I would hope that maybe this helped, you know, to distract you from the heartbreak.
Definitely, like they say when one part of your life starts coming together, the other part starts falling apart, and that's what it felt like, because that kind of happened in September, and there was a few times that I actually cried on top of some of my clients in here. Wow! But it made our bond stronger. Yeah, and they were also great with the, you know, bringing plants and flowers and encouragement and support, and I think that's why then Ruth and Mary came down and they were out there like marching people up here. People were coming in and saying, where am I going? Am I going to the alterations?
But that thing then of having that kind of support must be hugely, you know, kind of rewarding, because, you know, everybody wants to have friends and all that, but to, you know, to have a business and people care about you enough to try and help you to have a good day and to have a good night. And
it melted my heart.
Right.
Melted my heart. Like the support and the encouragement and the love that I got from everybody just melted my heart. Yeah, it humbled me so much. And yeah, just really made me feel so loved and special.
Well, those connections, I know.
Thank you, everybody.
But I know those connections you have. Like I was down here with NASA. The first time I ever had a pedicure, it was unbelievable, just amazing stuff. But there you go, like that feeling of helping others that you know need a little bit of a hand, or you yourself will get a little bit of a hand. It's that sort of paying it forward thing all the time, where you just know that little gesture can make a huge difference to that person.
Yeah, and working with NASA, like, it's rewarding for me because she's like a ray of sunshine. So it was great to be able to give her the few days as well, and to share that with her, because she's a joy to work with.
Now, Greystones has a very good reputation for generally on the up when it comes to businesses. That doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean that it is an expensive place to have a business. Were there times during the year that you wobbled, that you kind of doubted?
Yes, just before Ladies' Night, I was having a big wobble. I was closing it all down in my mind. Everything was woe was me, and everything was falling apart. And then, as I said, Ruth and Mary came to the rescue, and when everybody came in, and there were so many people here, and since then it's just got better. And since the sun has peeped out through the skies, like it's just, people are finding me all over the place. And I think because I have so many great reviews, my clients are kind. They're putting up Google reviews, and people are starting to find me on Google. I'm coming up, I think, higher in the search bar now.
Because as important as it is to, you know, to have, you know, good write-ups and good reviews and all that, I do think word of mouth, just generally, because it's not that big a town, so people do naturally have these conversations where they just feel they've had a great, you know, anything. They can just sort of pass it on and say, oh, you should go try this. It's fantastic. And I know I'm trying to tell a few people, if you've got any feet problems, go to NASA. She's the one. But that recommendation thing, that feeling of a community building up around you, was it after Ladies' Night? Was it before? I don't know whether there was a time when you started to realise that there is a kind of a connection in the town that there isn't.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
And it all starts with Ruth and Mary.
We're really going to have to get some sort of rosettes or something.
I had one lady come up and she booked in and she booked a facial, and then she was like, "Now won't you tell Ruth and Mary I was here?"
Well, they'll definitely get a shout out now. They'll see it in this. So for those starting out, like there are always going to be people who start a business. They want to sort of, like you, fly alone. They want to try and see if they can do it on their own 2 feet. I don't know if you have any tips, because it seems to have worked for you. Maybe it is just knowing that you will have hard days, but it's always, I don't know.
Yeah,
you've got to be strong
and do it anyway.
Right.
My brother has his own business, and like he was very encouraging as well. He's a painter, and he was saying to me, "Enjoy these quiet days, Jen. Enjoy them, because they won't last." And he says, "I know you're terrified that they will, but they won't, you know."
Right.
And yeah, he was right.
So we will say now on the 18th you're having a bit of a party.
Yes.
And what's the time now again? Is it like from after 6?
Anyone that comes in on the day for their appointment, we're going to have bubbles and nibbles for them.
Nice.
And then when we're closed, we're going to close at 6. And then when we're closed, everybody's welcome to come.
It's a lock in. Then it's a lock in.
Yeah, lock in.
Well, we'll put
we'll
put the date up, and we'll put all the information up. But well done, kid. It's not easy to be on your own in a business and to start up afresh in a town that you don't wouldn't know a lot of people in. So yeah, well done.
Thank you.